Hey guys, welcome back to another Let's Play. This is Those Without Names, episode 2. So we have 8, who is a little girl that just woke up in a strange place. Not knowing her name, they assigned her a set of numbers. She finally catches up with who she knows is her brother, but doesn't know his name either. They don't know each other's names. And so what happens is they fall into dreams. And they're not allowed to leave this place until they remember the names, and they have to do that through the series of remembering their memories. So she just had her first one about a music player that she bought for her brother, and she woke up in a strange different place. I got up from the bed feeling dazed and disoriented. I felt like a while before I recognized my room as mine. So this is what he meant by not waking up in the same place. Did I just experience a memory? I searched my mind, and it felt a little clearer now with a memory to look back on. Yep, looks like the more memories I recall, the better I can think. I wandered about my room and spotted 13 heading towards me. Uh-oh, doesn't look like my brother is with him. He caught sight of me, and now it's too awkward to turn around and escape. He waved as he walked up. Yo, 8. The nervous knots were back, and I squeezed my fingers in my hands, and I thought to think of something to say. Hi? He didn't seem to notice my weak voice as he leaned against the wall, folding his arms across his chest. The sight meant that I had craned my neck to look at him, and it made me uncomfortable. Man, you surprised me. One minute you were there, the next you were gone in a blaze of colors. Dara said that was probably your first time going under a memory. Not that scary, right? I shook my head silently, too tense to talk. So you woke up here, huh? You know, one of my memories landed me far from this place. I thought it was on a different planet, and barely lost my mind trying to get my way back. So when I saw your bro hanging outside, I grabbed his arm and it was like last lifeline. Please, man, you gotta help me get back, I said to him. And he gave me this weird look as I was like, you that guy's been walking around here in circles looking to burst into tears. Turns out the building was right over the hill where I was. I circled the hill the entire time for 8 little rounds, 0 said. Just like your name, 8. Couldn't help it, I finally broke into a smile. 13's face brightened, and he flashed me a grin. Yeah, so don't trust me with anything directional. The only direction I can get you safely is under. Are you lost right now? I was until I saw you. He waggled his eyebrows at me, and I tensed up again. Ew, is he hitting on me? No, I can't handle that. Panic was rising in my chest again, and this time I was alone without my brother to turn to. The only thing I could do was escape. Turned around quickly and started to walk off. 13 hurried after me, sounding flustered. Wait, I didn't mean anything by it. Your brother asked me to keep you company if you ever go under. Oh. Is that why your brother wanted you to introduce me to 13? I remember how I stopped him from going under a memory, and it felt a twinge of guilt. He was worried that I'd be scared by myself. If I run away now, he'll just worry about me more. I have to try. I stopped and let 13 catch up with me, squeezing my fingers again. I silently told myself to be brave, trying to loosen the nervous knot in my stomach. 13 wheezed dramatically and bent over like he ran a marathon, even though he was only chasing me for a few minutes. Man, you really do scare easy. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't do well with people. That's why 0 said too. In the meantime, feel free to treat me like your brother while your real one is off frolicking in the fields of his youth. No, it's okay. I'll wait for my brother to come back. Besides, I'm not scared. Really? Because I was. He looked wistfully out the window and the giant earth hovering above the sky. It's nice having someone you know here, not so lonely. Seeing you guys makes me wish I had someone here too. Despite how much I wanted to hide away, 13 insisted on keeping me company. We walked around for a while before finally running to my brother. I felt relieved as soon as I saw him. I was slowly reaching my limit of socializing with strangers, and I was glad I wasn't alone in London. Hey. 8 years old. He sounded weak as he shook his head like. I remembered how disoriented I felt when I came out of my memory too. How was it? He directed the question at me, and I knew he was talking about my memory. It wasn't bad. What about you? Feels like my head's a little bit lighter. He nodded at 13. Thanks for keeping her company. I'm not going to turn down a request to hang out with yuucie. My brother smacked him over the head and replied, don't talk of her like that, it's creepy. Yup. Oh, someone's overprotective. So what do you want to do now? Ignoring 13's complaints, he turned back to me. That memory wasn't so bad. I wanted to wake up soon, so let's try to trigger another one. Again, you're certainly eager to dive in. I get tired after one, so I just wait for the memories to come to me. What are you talking about, 13? You're always tired. Anyway, getting out of here is a good plan. Let's see. Since we weren't in the studio for me, let's do something for you this time. For me, I just want a computer and internet. You'll be hard-pressed finding something like that here. For a dream, there isn't much you can do. Well, I've never browsed the internet in my dreams before, so I guess it makes sense. I know the last love song. What? Ooh, I used to be so into that show. 13 gave us each a confused look as my face bright. Mind filling me in. It's an old romantic drama my sister's really into. And you, but you'll never admit it to anyone except me. Oh, there should be a TV in the studio. Let's go take a look. Sure enough, there was a flat screen TV attached to the wall. My brother and I stood in the front of it, tilting our heads quizzically. This is not exactly. 13 shrugged as we watched a series of stills from the drama flip across the screen in no particular order. Entertainment stuff and it just don't seem to function properly wherever it is. I guess expecting a full shoulder work would have been too optimistic. My brother suddenly chuckled as a familiar scene flitted by. It was a confession done in the rain, and the guy had grabbed the girl with his hand. Gosh, the accident was so bad in the scene. I was embarrassed just by watching it. I thought it was cute. Yeah, but I see stars in your eyes. I would die if I ever had to say that to her. I imagined my brother grabbing an awkward girl awkwardly like the actor did and snorted. You just imagined something weird, didn't you? Don't be rude to yourself. You're not that weird. Another image flitted by as the hospital scene. The actress looked at the actor blankly as he fought back a pain look. My brother fell silent. Just like me, I knew he would. Deciding to rip him a little, I smiled. Remember this scene? She got into the accident trying to save him, and she hit her head really hard. Don't say it. He was by her side the whole time, and when she woke up, she was completely forgotten. In the end, all his struggles were futile. He finally decided to give up on her by throwing the bracelet he wanted to give her off the bridge. What the heck, Zero? Are you crying? Don't be stupid. Something got my eye, that's all. Oh man, he really is crying over that show, isn't he? For a guy who said he would die if he had to recite it from a line from the drama. You're surprisingly romantic at heart, huh? Shut up. You're just because Wes is more of a man than you'll ever be. Who the heck is Wes? And why can you remember a fictional character but not your own? As we laughed together, I touched the bracelet on my wrist. I didn't know when it started, but my brother and I began watching romantic dramas together. Looks like we have another dream going on. At first he acted like he wasn't interested, but when I played the DVD in the living room, he stayed behind to watch. Soon he joined me on the couch, watching with me. He added his own comments about the acting, but he was just as glued to the TV as I was. When it got late, I would ask him if we should go to sleep. He always said no, and we'd stay up watching as long as we could without passing out. We began exchanging our predictions of the stories. Who would be the first to die from a terminal illness, who the antagonist was, and what the plot or the twist would be. We ripped each other with the person that was wrong. When the heartbreaking scenes were on, my eyes would sting, but he would always be the first to cry. I enjoyed the time we spent together, even more than the dramas. Our parents divorced on my 15th birthday. I was too old to cry then, too old to beg my daddy to stay. I was supposed to be old enough to understand that, but I didn't. I just squeezed my fingers tightly as my dad packed his things into his car and left. My brother didn't stay to watch. He was out of the house before any of us were awake. My mom was crying in her bedroom. I was the only one to see my dad off. I watched his car disappear over the road and told myself I was too old to cry. Not long after my dad left, my brother came back home and gave me a sloppily wrapped box. Open it. I wasn't in the mood. I was angry at him for leaving me alone to say goodbye, for not being there to watch our dad leave. I pushed the box away, and he insistently pressed it back into my hands. Please. I relented, but only to stop him from pushing the box into my arms over and over. I could tell my brother wrapped it himself. The tape was everywhere, making it hard to open. I tore off the uneven wrapping paper with its bright and annoyingly colorful happy birthday letters printed all over it, littered with the smiling cartoon faces reflecting a mood I didn't feel. When the last shred of paper ripped away, I stopped. It was a limited edition DVD set of the last love song. It came with the all-important bracelet in the story. I wanted desperately to have it, but it was too late to buy it, and they were all sold out. The only way my brother could have bought it was for a price that was double the amount it sold in stores. For me? I choked out the words, breaking my vow of silence for the rest of the day. My brother smiled and held up my bus card. Get dressed. We have to line up. For what? You don't know? The writer of the book is doing an autograph session in the mall tonight. So let's go get it signed. I hesitated, but there would be a lot of people, more specifically a lot of young teenage girls. I looked at my brother, the one with too much pride to ever admit he'd be watching the drama. I looked at him, the one who was so fiercely embarrassed about it that he had made me take an oath never to tell any one of our friends. You'll be the only guy there. So, your friends work in the mall, he'll see you. Don't care. He lied, of course, he cared, but today was different. Today was my birthday, and he was determined to make it just a little less bad than it already was. We took to the bus at the mall, where we had waited in line for 4 hours. He stood out like a sore thumb, one of the very few guys in the long line of giggling girls. He waited patiently beside me the whole time, and when I got out my DVD signed, I finally cried. When I woke up and found myself in the same strange place again, I knew for sure something was off. I wasn't waking up. Time didn't feel real here, but somehow I knew it was taking far too long for a normal dream. This dream had trapped me inside until I could remember my name. I experienced a few more memories, once by myself and one with my parents. I woke up each time alone in a different place. It was harder and harder for me to stick to my brother, but the memories were pleasant enough that I didn't feel too afraid while going under. 13 was around sometimes, but he talked to fill the silence, and it tired me. He was more in tune with my brother, and the more often than not, I found them together at the studio mixing something on their equipment. I hung around, but I usually felt left out. They shared the same world of music that I could never be a part of, and it was lonely. I wouldn't stay for long. Sometimes I ran into Seven. She learned quickly that I didn't like talking, but instead of feeling awkward, she simply smiled and pulled out some yarn. The clicking of her yarn needles filled the empty silence, giving me a sense of peace. We didn't need to talk, although sometimes she'd listen to my memories and tell me hers. I liked being next to her. She was homely and warm. She understood me without having to say anything. You know, I have 2 children too. She spoke once in a while. Once while I was half dozing next to her, I made a small sound to let her know that I was listening. When I see you and your brother, I remember more about them. Her knitting paused for a moment, and her silence felt contemplative. That's the nice thing about memories here. There are things you never take the time to notice until you get them to see them again. That's why she disappeared that time. She saw me and my brother. She must have remembered something. We fell back into the companionable silence. She knew, and me dozing next to her. How long have you been here, Seven? I finally asked, my voice sounding drowsy. My brother was right. You didn't really sleep. You just faded out of consciousness. It was the closest thing to sleep in this place. A long time. Her knitting slowed down a little bit, but she continued to talk. As long as I don't want to leave my children, I won't wake. Her children, are they here too? I tried to ask, but it was too comfortable dozing next to her. I slipped out of consciousness, and with the question still on my tongue. There was only the building. It had a hallway lined with bedrooms. You could leave the building if you desired, if you wished. I sat on the hill, and the 13 ones circled around 8 times trying to find his way back. The hill was the field where I woke up the first time, the one with earth looming over it in the sky. I found my brother there, looking up at the earth that threatened to fall onto us. What do you think of this place? He asked me without turning his eye from the earth. Being outside still made me feel dizzy, like the earth would pull me up from the ground and throw me helplessly toward it. Gathering my courage, I half crawled over to him and sat down. I firmly grabbed onto the grass for good measure. I thought about my answer. A dream. Why? Time isn't the same here. My brother frowned and stayed silent, but I continued, tugging nervously at the grass and trying not to imagine what it would feel like to falling up. You know, when you dream and you really don't know how long it's going to be until you wake up? That's what it feels like here. You're wrong, he murmured, finally turning away from the earth to face me. That's only if you're unaware that you're dreaming. We've been aware since we got here. Even if I don't know how much time has passed, I know that this is lasting longer than it should. He's right. I've had the same thought since my second memory. It's more than just that. Don't you feel lighter here? My brother hesitated before nodding. Also, it's like my senses are dull. I feel some things, but there are others I don't feel at all. Yeah, I haven't felt cold or hungry or anything painful. Exactly, just like a dream. My thoughts back to the sky and adjusted at the large, cold face of the earth with my chin. And that, where else would you see something like that except in a dream? True, there's no way you can have a planet this large and this close without being pulled into each other's gravitational orbit. Doesn't make sense. That's why it's a dream. We fell silent. My brother still standing straight up, gazing at the earth, while I plucked absently at the grass and ignored the sky. I'm not so sure about that. He finally whispered, more than himself than me. Alright guys, that's the round end of episode 2. I hope you guys are liking this. If you do, please hit that like button and share this video with your friends, someone you love. someone maybe you are missing and haven't seen for a long time, or who maybe passed on and maybe have lost their memories and are waiting for you to remember them as well. Share this video, please, like it, and if you haven't, please subscribe so you can continue with the episodes that I'll be doing every few days. So, thanks guys, we'll see you in the next one. Have a great time. See you next time.